In today's video, I'm going to show you how to put together a simple, cheerful floral arrangement. So the very first thing, of course, that you'll need is a container for your arrangement. Now, I've chosen to use this rustic antique crate that I found at an antique shop years ago. I really liked the look of this, thought it kind of was a mixture of elegant and rustic, which works well with the decor that I have in our house. So I thought it was just perfect for using for today's arrangement. I do have some floral foam blocks in the bottom, a variety of different kinds. You can use all of one kind if you are making yours at home, but I just kind of dug through the basement and found as many as I could because this container was a little bit large. So I want this arrangement to be elegant but slightly woodsy. So the very first thing I'm going to add is this very kind of twig-like floral stem. So this will add a nice amount of height and give it kind of a naturey look with the branch-like stems. So I'm just going to poke that right in the center. The next thing that I'm going to add are some of these hydrangea blossom stems. Now, these are something I actually just found at Home Goods this year. I believe it came with 3 flower heads. The stems were quite long, so I did trim them a little bit just to fit better in this container. And I use a wire cutters to do that. But I believe they were the Martha Stewart brand. So these are the next thing I'm going to add because most of the arrangement will be these. So I'm just going to poke these in. And one thing I was going to note too is when you're adding the floral stems to the floral foam, you can poke them in all the way if you like, but I usually like to just get them kind of stuck in the floral foam, and then later I can arrange the height of things if some stems are maybe a little bit too short to reach the bottom. So that is just something to mention too. But these I'm just kind of going to put in and fill out kind of the main shape of this arrangement here. But this is a fun process. Take your time with it, enjoy the process. Know that it's kind of in an organic style that you are creating. So don't be too concerned with things looking precisely perfect, especially at the beginning, because you can always adjust stems. You can bend kind of the flower heads to aim slightly different directions if you like. And yeah, so I mean, nothing is really final until the end. So next I'm going to start adding some other floral. I've saved one extra flower head aside to fill in later in case there's a spot that I feel needs a little bit more blue. So the very next things I'm going to add are just these 2 stems. Now these were part of kind of a pre-arranged floral bunch that I also found at Home Goods. And so I trimmed the stems a little bit shorter, but just to mention, these were not part of the hydrangeas, those ones were separate, but these did come together. So yes, so anyway, I've trimmed the stems a little bit shorter so that they will be appropriately sized for this arrangement. And basically, I'm just gonna set this one aside. I'm just going to tuck that kind of towards the center here. And then just kind of adjust where those stems kind of go in this arrangement. I'm just bending the stems a little bit to get them to kind of flow where I want. I think I'll leave those there for now, and then I will add these little kind of white flowers. I think that it works well to have a variety of different florals, but also textures. So in this one we have the nice tall rustic spriggy stems that break away from the main arrangement and give it kind of a naturey look, so it's not just a solid collected kind of shape. And then we have these, which are nice kind of full round color, shaped flowers with a nice vibrant color. But then we also have these with kind of smaller, soft, colored and round shapes. So these added into this will be another texture. So I kind of feel that the more texture and kind of difference you have in an arrangement, to an extent, gives it more of an interesting look. So yes, with these, I'm just gonna find a spot here to tuck those in. Just kind of bend those here and there a little bit. Probably adjust those further later. Next, I'm going to add these large white flowers. The first one I think I will put down here towards the front. Tuck him in over here. And I think I'm gonna put this extra hydrangea blossom right in here. Adjust these in a little bit. So next I have a few of these kind of artichoke looking stems to add. And then I also have some of these just to add a little bit more white. So then I'm just going in and adjusting the shape of the arrangement. So this can be pushing some floral stems in a little bit more into the foam, or bending flower heads to face different directions. And I do feel that it does help to stand back and look at the arrangement from a distance, especially from the front. Not that you don't want it to look good from all sides, but sometimes if you design an arrangement just from one side and then you look at it from a different direction, it may be missing or needing something in a different spot. So I think walking around the arrangement as you work probably is the easiest way to get a nice balanced looking arrangement. But I think this is getting pretty good here. Okay, well, after I'm done doing the finishing adjustments, I'll find a place for this in our house and show you the finished look.